Hello, world. I have had these lovely things for all of 3 years. So, happy birthday to me. I am making a video. So, everything you never wanted to know about dreads. Most common question. So how do you wash your hair? Same as I did before. I have special dread shampoo that is residue free, so it doesn't get like stuck in these babies. But otherwise, rub it real good into my scalp, kind of squish it through the dreads, rinse it out. Fun thing is drying my hair because it's so dense that if I just like had a blow dryer and I was like, woo 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 woo, that's not what a blow dryer sounds like, then yeah, it would take a long time. So instead I have this like fun little dread hat, a bonnet dryer, that's what it's called, and it connects to my blow dryer, and then it just sits and it holds all of my dreads inside and heats them up, and then it takes like 30 to 40 minutes to dry. If I didn't dry them correctly or fully, consistently, they would grow mold inside, which is super gross. Yeah, so for all of you that are like, oh yeah, dreads are gross because people don't wash their hair, not true. I wash my hair. That's why they don't smell. Next most question. Most question? Most. This is not going well. Most common question. So, how do you make your dreads? Or how do you have dreads? Or how do dreads work? Or anything along those lines. I did what's called the back combing method. And I bought a metal comb and just like would take little chunks of hair and you back comb it really, really, really tight. It like knots your hair a lot. And then eventually it looks like a dread. Mine didn't look like, they looked really fuzzy for a good like 7 to 8 months before they like really started looking like dreads. A fun little known fact, maybe it's not fun, is that your hair shrinks a lot when you get dreads. So when I first did them, my hair was probably about this length actually, and they shrunk all the way up to like right here. So now, 3 years later, we're finally back at the initial starting point. So that's fun. Sometimes people come up and they say, oh, I see you're growing out your dreads. Nope, that's not a thing that happens. But your dreads, my dreads, dreads in general, do not actually grow out because once they're in dreads, they continue to grow into dreads. Super cool, I think. Some people maintain their dreads, which means they like go to a salon or they do it themselves and they get all of these loose guys, all of these little fellas, pulled in to their dreads. It costs a stupid amount of money that I don't have, so I don't do that. The only maintenance, aside from like washing my hair, is like pulling them apart at the roots, like after I shower. There's not even any that are together. So as they grow out, they'll like, there, maybe you can see that. They'll grow together a little bit. And all you gotta do is pull the pieces apart. And that will keep them dreading in their own individual dreads, as opposed to all in one giant clump, because that would not look nearly as cool. I had to do that super often, like probably on the daily for the first couple months for sure, if not year, but now I don't have to do it that much. So that's pretty nice. Why'd you decide to get dreads? Honestly, don't really have a good answer to this question. I think partial inspiration would be Captain Jack Sparrow because he's bae. I like have always loved them. Start there. I just like got into this like, I really hate being told I have to be like everybody else. And so I was like, screw it, I'm gonna get dreads. And then I told my mom, hey, I'm gonna dread my head. And she was like, maybe talk to your sister first. She was getting married in 3 months and I was in the wedding. So I called her and I said, hey, listen, I'm gonna dread my whole head, but like if you want me to wait till after your wedding, I guess I can do that. And she was like, yeah, like if you don't mind, that would be cool. So I waited. And like the week after her wedding, I started dreading my hair. So I did most of like the front ones, and then I had friends that did the ones in the back. Yeah. So how do you get them out? I don't really have a full answer to this question, seeing as I've never gotten them out before, but according to the YouTube, you can use a ton of conditioner and brush them out. So that's the idea right now. At some point in the far distant future, when I decide I'm kind of done with having dreads, then I will cut them probably shorter, because this is a lot of hair to brush out. And then I'll try and brush the rest out. Hopefully with the help of some friends, assuming that I have friends at that point. What else do you need to know about dreads? Annoying things. People that I don't know asking if they can touch them. That's kind of weird. Not weird for people that I do know. If we're friends, it's fine. If I've just met you and you're a drunk man in a bar saying, hey, can I touch them? No. Please leave. That only happened once. Any question that comes from an assumption that you know something about dreads. Like, so you don't wash them, right? Or, so you have to cut them out when you're done? Or anything like that. Like, pose your question in a way that acknowledges that we both know that you don't know anything. Maybe that's a little harsh. But yes, I wash them, and no, you don't have to cut them out. So there's no bugs in them because I wash them. Have been asked that before. Lots of people assume I smoke weed. I don't. Dreads. Yay. Happy birthday. Bye.